Welcome back. My name is Derek, and today we're going to look at tool, previously known as function calling, but tool calling using AI as well as Spring AI. Now, the reason you would need tool calling is if you need to fetch additional information or perform additional action, i.e. tools or functions that the model doesn't have built in. Now remember, a model is basically a snapshot in time. So you built a model in 2024, it has all the knowledge that it has, all of the internet at that time, but it doesn't have up-to-date information. It doesn't have your information, and it can't perform actions on your behalf, like looking up a sports score or a stock price or making a stock trade. Now, some of this you'll do with tools. This is really good for things that you need to perform in real time, like what is the date, what is the stock price, what is the score. Whereas you would use RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, which will be a separate video, where you're bringing in your proprietary reference data that the model won't have had, perhaps because it's not on the public internet. This could be like your internal knowledge base for your company. So today, we are going to hook up tool calling with Spring AI. The general flow will go that we have our chat request. So as a client, we'll put in our request. We could say, what is the current date? Spring AI will then send this to our model. We are going to, again, use Ollama in Llama 3. The model will know that we have a tool registered because of Spring AI. So if we say, what is the date? The model will say, I don't know the date. It'll send it to the tool because it knows there's a tool to calculate the current date, which will get sent back to the model. Model will then be able to process that and say, oh, now I know the date, and then it can send you the response to give you the current date. So let's jump right into the code where we left off in the previous video. I will put that link in the description and up top. And this was our main class for the AI client. So it configures our connection to our model, and it provides the one endpoint for doing a call. Now, the first thing I actually want to do here is add some logging so we can see this working. So here we will add logging. So let's do default advisors, new simple logging advisor. This will go ahead and add the simple logging advisor, which will log my requests and responses from the model. I need to add one other piece here, which is the log level for that advisor. So this is in the documentation, but it's for the org Spring Framework AI chat client advisor package and debug. So if we save this and make sure that is saved, we can now run our application. And this is going to be the same as before, just with logging. Let me pull up my terminal, and we'll be able to watch up here as well as the logging. So again, if we do HTTP localhost port 8080, this is on the AI endpoint. And we can say the prompt is, we'll do where am I? That's a good one. The model has no idea where I am. I've seen some interesting results here. So Llama 3 is saying I'm in a safe and neutral space. Yeah, it has no idea. Where am I in the world? Yeah, so it has no idea on my current location. You can also see down here, as this has been scrolling by, we see the responses, and we should also see the request in here. So we've got the system prompt, and then we should have the user message, where am I? We can see the response and additional metadata, for example, tokens, etc. Okay, So we've got the logging in there. That's super useful for debugging later. But let's go ahead and start to add the tools. Let's go ahead and create a new class. We will call it AI tools. And that got capitalized. And in here, we will add a method to get my location. So we will have public string get location. And in here, we will return, let's just say I'm in Austin, Texas. Now, in the real world, we would want to do something like return, user.getLocation, something that's getting it from perhaps their properties, from the database. Here, we're just going to stub that out with the location. The other thing I want to do here is, well, first off, let's go ahead and mark this as a tool. So that's really simple with the tool annotation, which tells Spring AI that this is a tool. And then we should give it a description to say, get my location. That helps inform the model what this tool does. And as I was about to say, let's add some logging here. So we will add SLF for J log equals logger factory dot get logger, and it will be AI tools dot class. So we'll have a private static final. And then here we can say log dot info called AI called get location. And let's add just a couple more of these so we have something to play with and a couple more examples. So we could also say get current, get state. And here we can AI called get date, get the current date and time. And instead of the location, we'll say return local date time dot now dot to string. And then let's add one more. So perhaps you are doing a financial trading system. That could be interesting with AI, but we could say get the current stock that I own. And here this could be get stock. And we could say AI called get stock. And here we can, again, you'd want to call a method, but we could say I own Apple, Microsoft, and NVIDIA. I think that's the ticker for NVIDIA. I could be wrong. Okay, now that we have that, we have to go and register this AI tool, this class, back with our configuration. So we will do .default tools. And then we will do a new AI tools. And that should be it. So we've registered that class. And then based on the annotations, it will know that it has those tools available. So let's go ahead and run this and see what we get. Okay, that is running. Back in the terminal, let's go ahead and call the model again. So if we do HTTP, we can say, where am I? And we get a response back. This is actually somewhat helpful. It's saying, based on the tool response, I am in Austin, Texas. We could do some prompt tuning here, I'm sure, to say, hey, don't tell me about the tool, just give me the answer. But that's actually really useful now. We could say, what is the date? Current date is October 29th. That checks out. And let's say, what stock do I own? And I get back that I own Apple, Microsoft, and NVIDIA. And that's cool. It turned the tickers that I provided it with the names of the companies. Again, here we can see the response in the log. And if we scroll up, we should also be able to see that AI called get stock. So with that, that is basic tool or function calling using Spring AI. And of course, this is all hard coded, but these could be calling any other methods you or others have out there to get real-time information or to perform real-time operations. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.